Okay, listen. The deal today is super quick. And this is going to be a get unready with me because I don't want to be here very long. I don't want to sit here looking at how oily I am in the camera. So the message today is just addressing some, not mental health stigma, but the stigma around taking medication now for certain conditions, whether it be mental health or a physical condition. Because a lot of people we see these commercials like take Rinvoq or take Ozempic or something, and it's like, oh, but the side effects are abdominal bleeding or internal bleeding, depression, suicidal thoughts, hemorrhages or something like that. But the people are jumping around like, yeah, woo, yeah. So, and not to say that we should just be taking medication for any old thing. I'm definitely a believer in trying to heal yourself naturally if possible. But sometimes push just comes to shove. I haven't had personal experience taking medication for any condition that I have. I don't have any diagnosed mental health specifically conditions, but it's been recommended to me that I take that I get prescribed anxiety medication. And that's not a serious option that I'm considering, but someone that I opened up about this struggle with, and they're like, oh, well, here's these other very valid things to do. And I do think there are definitely better options for certain people and cases to address things, for instance, anxiety that don't involve taking medication. But the reaction was so like you're just gonna pop pills or something like that, and here's all the things you could be doing instead, and if you want to mess with yourself, then go right ahead and do that. And I was like, whoa. And this isn't even against that person in particular, but just there is a lot of mainstream condemnation of taking a lot of these medications. And this is not pro-medication or anti-medication. This is just a look at your life moment. The purpose of this video is really just to call into question our values and our priorities as a society. If you want to go have certain surgeries to affirm your identity, to take out your uterus, to combat depression, anxiety, all these things where everyone always has, a reason to look down on it for. Let's look at the other things that are super normalized that are just as harmful. We look at the joke, oh my gosh, look how happy the people in medication commercials seem to be. But it's a scam by Big Farm, because look at all these side effects. And really at the end of the day, they just want to make you sicker so they can take your money, which I do believe is true to some extent. But the same people saying that are the ones who watch porn. I know that was a big one to start with, but watch porn, drink alcohol, doomscroll on the internet, take their anger out on other people, don't have a good relationship with themselves or their faith, overeat, are addicted to shopping on Amazon or deals or Black Friday sales or Sephora, bleach their hair, drink Coca-Cola, drink Starbucks every day, wear polyester everything, shop from Shein. And all of these are things that are shown to increase your risk of mental health struggle, cancer, illness in general, arthritis, inflammation, that's what arthritis is, obesity. And so it's like right there really goes to show, to highlight the stigma that we have around medication. It's don't take medication for your anxiety. It's don't take medication for your depression. Don't mess with your God-given body by, transitioning. But go ahead and take this birth control. Go ahead and take Plan B several nights in a row for an extended period of time. Let's go drinking for the 5th time this week. And then their pantry is filled with like Cheetos and cereal, like Cinnamon Toast Crunch or whatever, and all these things. So it's like you're messing with your hormones all the same. You're wearing all your lead and plastic clothing. You cook with these certain things. You drink all the time. You're messing with your hormones. You're messing with your inflammation. You're messing with your immune system. Bad physical habits have been linked to poor mental health that can lead to depression, anxiety, ADHD, also lead to harmful thoughts about yourself, and maybe that leads to suicidal thoughts. So it's like at the end of the day, we just have to look at the angle that we're coming from, and we need to realize how many things have been normalized. So next time you want to get on someone for any of the things, doesn't even have to be a video about specifically mental health or medication stigma. That's just what brought me to the camera tonight. But anytime someone is like, kale is bad for you, right? And then they also do any one of these things. And it's not to say that we all pick our poison at the end of the day. That's not the problem. It's really the ones who are positing that these certain things are like so bad for you. And at the end of the day, like, we all pick our poison. I will always say smoking and vaping is terrible. And I really don't understand anyone who does it. It's really silly to me. But at the same time, I like to have a drink or two. I like to drink Coca-Cola sometimes. So at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong. The point here is not, we can always be pointing the finger at each other. So if someone says, oh, you're drinking alcohol, you can combat that with saying, oh, but you smoke. Like, that's not what I'm saying to do. We're all a little hypocritical. We all pick our poison. The point, though, is let's be so for real. If we're getting on people for taking medication because it messes with their hormones, or because it's not natural, or because you just need to suck it up and like go to the gym or drink water or something like that, ask yourself, what is that person using to cope with things in their life? If you're using a medication to cope with something physical or mental that you have going on, okay, why is that person drinking? Why does that person have to watch porn? Why does that person always hypersexualize everything? Why does that person always smoke? Why does that person always mean to other people? Like, because they're also probably dealing with some things. I fully believe that a lot of what's wrong with our bodies is just a lack of being in tune, a lack of good communication between your mind and your body if you're not in tune with how everything's going. And just one method of alleviating that is medication. That's one route you can go. Just like someone else may be out of touch with their mind and body, and the way that they release that pressure is by doing these things. And it's like, at the end of the day, I just think we could all be a little kinder when it comes to things like that. I know I said this didn't have to specifically be about mental health, but let's be honest. Medication in the form of lust, alcohol, other substance abuse, other verbal and physical and emotional abuse, sleeping the day away, like all of those are forms of medication, or taking birth control, or taking all these protein powders and supplements and protein shakes and all that stuff, watching TV all the time, sitting down, playing video games all day. All of that is a form of medication, some literal medication, some a bit more figurative, but all of that is a form of medication that is not good for you, especially at certain levels. It will always do you more harm than good. Messes with your body chemistry, your hormones, your inflammation, your cortisol, your immune system, your body's ability to fight bad things. All of those things are a form of medication that messes with your body and harms it, yet all of those things are normalized. We make fun of what's on the TV and say, oh, how could anyone risk taking all those medications when they know what it could do to them? Like, do we realize how that sounds? Alcohol is literally cancerous in any volume. It's a myth that, like, oh, this little bit of alcohol is good for you. No. So if we can say about on TV, oh my gosh, I would never take a medication for that. Like, why can't they just get over it? Because look at how many bad things it does to your body. Drinks alcohol. Watches porn. Smokes. Doesn't sleep. Is chronically online. Doesn't really make sense. So, yeah. Product mention. Measury, I don't know. Cakes. TJ Maxx. House of Ravenwood ring. I just got this yesterday. In Yellow Springs, Ohio. So yeah, that's all I got. Again, the purpose of this video, not to condemn anyone or any form of medicine or coping or anything, just to bring awareness to really realize what we're saying when we condemn one thing, especially look at the historical, systemic, institutional legacy behind some of these things. We get on people who might want to take medication or hormones to make themselves feel confident in their body, and we say it's not natural. But why does this system deem that unnatural, but pushes its women to be on birth control? It creates entire TV shows dedicated to lustfulness and gluttony and all that. So, just something to think about. So, I hope that was interesting. I was literally getting ready to hop in the shower, and I just thought that was something I wanted to say. I'm always up for discussion. This was a really half-baked. This was something, if you guys ever watched my first video for this summer, I was like, I'm kind of just opening the camera and recording when there's something that I have on my mind. Sometimes, like, I have a notepad over there of ideas that I jot down when I think of them, and then maybe I will, like, flush them out a bit more. But I was legit about to get in the shower, and I was just like, I want to speak on this really quick. So if you have any discussion points on that, I would love to hear them. Or if you have anything else. If you look at my channel, it might seem like I'm just jumping all over the place as far as topics, because I am. So if there's ever anything you would like someone like me to talk about, and by like me, I mean a black girl with locks from Ohio who goes to school in New York City, who studies humanitarian studies in Spanish and a bunch of other things, and likes to wear Free People. If any of that resonates with you and you would care an ounce of anything I would have to say about anything, whether it be about like social topics or like products recommendations or something, feel free to recommend. So yeah.